I know that human being and fish can coexist peacefully.
Hello and welcome to the Spoilt Milk Movie Podcast. Here at Spoilt Milk, we're going to be discussing, dissecting and destroying guilty pleasure movies. We'll then decide whether we believe the film is truly spoilt milk or if it's ascended into a fine, luxurious cheese. So without further ado, let's get cracking. Hello, my name is Chris Hammond and I'll be hosting the podcast today. Due to a last-minute name change, the conversation is just going to kick straight in. I really hope you enjoy this podcast about the 1990 Stephen King film, It. Be warned, there are spoilers and bad language to come. I'm going to introduce my colleagues, my podcasteers. To the right of me, we've got a man who, since our last outing, found a house, decorated it, lived in it, got some housemates, and then burnt it down, killing them, all of them. How are you, Hobo?
When I decorated it, it was with my own feces for the nest. It's good insulation.
Oh yeah, like mud and straw, you just use shit.
And shit.
And no one's going to burgle you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If they do, it's on their own head.
Well, you've already heard her there, just piping in about burglaries. I like the word burgle. We've got the dinosaur queen. To the left, we've got Katty. How are you, Katty?
I'm good, thank you.
Oh, good. Fantastic. So we are going to be discussing it very shortly, but before, we've got to tackle our top threes, which this week have been sent in by a Mr. Nicholas Deer. Thank you very much, Nick.
Nick Deer?
Nick Deer.
Nick Deer.
Is he actually a deer?
He is actually a deer.
I would like one of our listeners to be an animal that can talk and text.
I'd prefer it if it were like a centaur kind of thing, but deer
okay.
body.
Deer body, but
Human torso.
Is a deer big enough to support the weight of a human, or would he just be like falling over on his face quite a bit?
I'd rather that.
Yeah, they've got quite spindly legs, haven't they? What about the other way around, where it's just a deer's head on a shit little man body?
That's a bit insulting to You've got a shit little man body.
So Nick Deer and his shit little man body sent in a few options, but the one that we're going to tackle tonight is movie depictions of an extraterrestrial / alien.
So to get this clear, are we trying to choose a top three based on how good the movie is that shows aliens, or how good the alien is in the movie? So it could be a shit movie, but the alien is good.
I would say that he's looking for the image of the alien. So the film could be terrible, but if the alien looks great, that's what he's looking for. Not the depiction as in like the film's shit, but that bit in Signs where the alien pops out, or in Scary Movie 3 where it's just having a bong or whatever. I don't think he's looking for that. I think he's looking for... but then again, deers have got small brains, so I don't know what he's looking for.
I do believe that a man who is part deer, part man is very focused on looks, so we'll go for the look of the deer. So.
Yeah.
The look of the deer.
The alien.
That sounds like an artsy film. The look of the deer.
When two deers fall in love.
So, Katty, I'm going to throw it straight over to you.
No, because I found this so hard, because I don't like alien films.
What? What do you mean?
Like, the alien films that I like are terrible, and...
Isn't that your own fault then? I mean, you like them, but you don't like... I'm confused by this.
No, because I don't know. It's hard to sort of describe.
Give me an example of a shit alien film that you like.
There was District 9.
District
That's an
9's
amazing
quality.
film. That's a really good... And they look good as well.
Is it Christopher Johnson? Not very good at South African. Hey, boy! No.
You're better than
You
Leonardo DiCaprio
Yeah.
and Blood Diamond.
Yeah, sorry to any South Africans out there for that horrible version of your accent. That's a quality film.
Yeah, that's a good... That would be a good choice.
I didn't know like how Alien were gonna go either. Like, one of my choices, which I should have used as my example, was Project Alf.
What?
You've never seen Project Alf?
Is that alien life form?
It's an alien life form, yeah.
You don't mean like Alf, that TV show?
Yeah, they made a film out of it.
No, they didn't.
They
Do you
did.
mean Project?
Yeah. Project Alf.
You said Project.
You did say that.
Sorry.
That's the thing I was on board with the Alf thing. I was like, why not Project?
Yeah, because Alf stands for alien life form, I'm
Yeah.
sure of it.
Oh!
He eats cats.
Okay.
In bread.
What?
It's like favourite things, cats.
I
like
have
to
not
eat.
seen Alf in a long time.
What?
He's basically a stereotype for a Jewish person as well, right?
Oh, it's just like Star Wars or events all over again.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Humans and better converters.
Well, it kind of looks a bit like that, but
Yeah.
hairier.
Oh, okay.
Hairier and likes
Some
eating
people
cats.
into that as well.
Likes eating cats.
He likes eating cats.
I thought it was a kids thing. I've never watched
Yeah, I
it.
thought
It is a kid's thing, but you don't actually see him devouring a cat.
He just insinuates.
Yeah, well, there's one bit, and there's like one of these big American sub bread rolls on a plate, and he's trying to coax a cat into it so he can
That's American Psycho level.
Yeah, that is bad.
But it's funny because he doesn't eat the cat.
Yeah, that is a shit
Sesame
film.
Street would have got away with that.
No,
if-
they want Oscar the Grouch.
Yeah, just like
Eating
come
cat.
in, carry around.
Oh, I was going to make some kind of Oscar the Grouch eating pussy. But we'll avoid that.
Would you like to do some sound effects for that?
No. So we're scrapping Alf then. That wasn't your choice.
No.
So what did you go for?
Right, so I went for The Thing.
Nice. Yeah.
Good.
Brilliant.
Great film. Great selection.
What do
Great.
you like about the thing?
I like how you don't actually know what the thing looks like. It just merges into all sorts of different things, like it comes out that dog, and the fact that it can take over stuff, like humans, animals, whatever. It can live wherever it wants. It's in like the arse end of nowhere, like running in snow and that.
So it could be Alf.
Yeah.
So basically, any suggestions that we put forward now
Yeah.
are going to be shitter than yours because yours could just be ours.
It could be.
That's a great one as well because it's obviously a horror movie, and what makes a horror movie is the fact that whatever it is, it just needs to be some form of inescapableness. Like you can't, no matter what you do, you can't get away with it. And The Thing is a perfect example of you can't get away from it because you don't know if you stood right next to it, or you don't know what kills it because it's living out in
Fire.
Oh yeah.
They find that out eventually. But I mean, you could try that with anything. Like that would be my first go-to. If we were being attacked, we'd be like, get me some fire. I want to burn it and see what happens.
Yeah, it's not a bad shout.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean-
if you were like jelly, I'm going to go for some jelly, see if it really doesn't like jelly.
The only time I've seen fire not work in a film is Evolution.
Oh
yeah.
Yes, makes it worse.
And
Is that going to be your suggestion?
It was on my list, but no, it's not going to be. Yeah, it's a great film.
And it's shampoo that kills that one.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Yeah.
like Evolution.
Yeah.
Oh, I did. I don't know if it's any good now. Sorry, gonna burp.
Oh, it's not going to stand up to a thing. I mean,
No.
if that's the bar.
So Hobo, we've got the thing
Yeah.
in there. It's in the top 3. What's your
Well,
suggestion?
I don't know if I can beat that because that was definitely in my. I have like a long list of ones that I potentially, and I'm just going to throw this out there. I'm already not including Star Wars in general. Like most lists that we do, I always want to take out Star Wars and Back to the Future because they're so good. So that's
Is the aliens in Back to the Future?
I just mean in general. If we talk about anything, there could be aliens in Back to the
Yeah.
Future.
It could be the thing.
Yeah.
The thing could be in any suggestion we make. So, to be honest, I still didn't decide when I got to it. I've got this sort of list, and I suppose now it's like now or never. I kind of don't want to go for something very obvious. Like Predator was like the first thing that came to
Yeah,
mind,
me too.
'cause that's like amazing. But I think I'll probably go with. Okay, I'm going to make this decision. Pitch Black. I like,
Okay.
yeah.
Pitch Black.
I liked the creatures in that. It reminded me a lot of because
Alien.
no more what we kind of did a little bit with Attack the Block.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When I watched Attack the Block, I thought more of Pitch Black, and I remember seeing that film when I was quite young. I don't know what year it came out, but I absolutely loved how vicious, but the world they set up for those aliens, and
Not Vin Diesel topless.
Well, of course I love that. that's what I'm really putting into.
Just sweaty.
Sweaty pecs.
Top 3 Vin Diesel topless list.
Yeah, definitely pacifier all day, every day.
Just being a thirsty bitch.
Is there any other reasons why you're going for Pitch Black? Do they have a name? Is there
They might do, but I don't remember. I can't really remember the sequels that they did if they named it. But I think it was just the fact that because the way they set it up, they had no idea. They landed on this planet, and then essentially, and for ages it's these beasts that you can't really properly see. It's again that thing that it's got the benefit of you can't escape it. Once it goes dark, you really can't escape it. You literally just need to get the hell out of there. And yeah, it was just like an unknown beast that just, if it goes dark, because it reminds me of the design of them was kind of creepy, and you could tell it was thought about, and it always reminds me of like when I was a kid. Did you ever do that thing where there's only a light switch at the top of the stairs, so you switched out the light and then you had to leg it down?
Yeah.
There could be something in the dark.
You literally jump down the whole set of stairs.
Yeah, pretty much. Nearly break your own neck to get away from something you've entirely made up in your head.
It's totally worth it though.
Yeah.
Just remind me then, so they can only go out at night?
They're kind of like vampires.
Yeah.
Because, like light burns them.
Right.
So-
So does that not fundamentally make them quite flawed?
Not because the planet that they
Alf
evolved
can be out
on.
in the day.
Well, the planet they evolved on is pitch black
It's like-
most
Hence
of the
the-
time.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
So-
like, in it like sort of like 8 hours of sunlight or something, or even less than that.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the time it's like just pitch black. That's why the guy's got his eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's
like
got those
seeing
weird
that.
eyes, hasn't he?
Well, no, he got that because he was in a prison. So he's in a prison where it was pitch black all the time. And they were all being transported, and then the ship crashed on this random planet. It was exactly.
Oh,
they were on the-
coincidental.
Yeah. Yeah, it is one of those stupid coincidences. But then every now and then I've got to weigh up. Was it a stupid coincidence, or do we actually need this coincidence in order? Because otherwise you just wouldn't follow the story of a guy.
Yeah, you won't give a shit, would
Yeah,
you?
ship crashed on the planet and they all die straight away because you know what? They didn't have a guy who could see in the dark. that's the end of the movie.
Good job, Vince, there.
Yeah. Always
With
a good
his
job.
street sharks. have you seen the advert where he's promoting street sharks?
No.
What have you seen? Oh, it's the best advert, like from the 80s when Street Sharks came out, and he's like, look at this hammerhead, and he's like playing with these toys, and he's got a really like horrible leather waistcoat on, but with his pet showing. You've got to watch it.
Is it oiled up as well?
Oh yeah, it's definitely greasy as fuck. So we've got the Thing, if it's called the Thing, and then we've got the pitch black monsters, aliens, whatever. I was like the Hobo, rattling through a list of obvious candidates. Alien from Alien. Obviously, Coneheads. Like, why not go for Coneheads?
Yeah.
I'm saying that weird, aren't I? Coneheads.
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 Yeah.
Right,
Coneheads.
okay.
It's wrong.
Predator, another one that came up. Cocoon, obviously, everyone loves Cocoon. But I had to go for E.T.
E.T.
Yeah, I love that adorable little bastard.
No, I'm not bothered by I've never been bothered by E.T.
What? He looks like a stretched nutsack, but he's got the world's biggest heart and good finger action.
The longest.
Someone mentioned earlier today, Mac and Me. Does that mean you also like... Mac and Me is essentially an E.T. rip-off.
Do you mean Mac and Me?
Mac and Me.
Mac and Me?
Mac and Me?
Mac and Me.
Mac and...
Right,
Oh,
yeah,
that's-
we'll get on to that. Mac and Me is horrible. I hate Mac and Me's horrible little pursed mouth that looks perfectly sized for E.T.'s finger to just go in it. Now that's something I'd quite like to see. Just a picture of E.T. poking his little finger in Mac. Or is either me?
This
Is either
feels
Mac?
like it would be under Rule 34, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of a bit creepy.
Yeah.
But then again, he
But is it
heals,
his
doesn't he?
finger?
he heals, so he'd just heal his mouth shut. And that'd be it. No more Big Macs for Mac. That film's about advertising, isn't it? For Big Mac and McDonald's. If you watch Mac and Me back, they're always scranning on like chicken nuggets and stuff like that in every scene.
Other places sell chicken nuggets.
Yeah, they do. But not in McDonald's wrappers.
And he's called Mac.
Yeah, he is. He was called Mac because it's like a Big Mac. It's just like in Masters of the Universe.
I've never felt the need to
KFC.
go back to that film. I just know it from a one-time...
Yeah, it's sort of dog shit.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so that's our top 3. So we've got The Thing from Katty. Are you happy with your choice?
I am.
I'm happy with your choice.
I'm very happy with your choice. I'm less happy with my choice based on your choice, so...
Hobo put in Pitch Black,
Yeah.
and I'm going for E.T. So that's our top 3. Thank you, Nick, whether you've got a body of a deer or a head of a deer. Just don't let E.T. put his finger anywhere.
We're looking at Boomer. This is Boomer. He's got the biggest mouth of them all. He's the whale shark. Say hello to that round mound of pound and his power slam. Very deadly.
So while we're here tonight, we are here to discuss the 1990 version of the film It. So the film It, which was a mini-series in America and then was smushed together. I'm making some good smushing fist signs here.
That's my smush sound effect for you.
That sounded like E.T.'s finger.
We can copy it from here and put it
Yes.
into later.
So it was a mini-series in America, squished together for one long 3-hour film. So It, Katty, what is It about?
So It is all about a lovely, lovely clown.
We love clowns.
A lovely clown that just basically terrorizes some folk. Like, it's in a little town.
Derry.
The greatest of towns. Is it in Maine?
It is in Maine, yeah.
I think that Jessica Fletcher's got something to do with this.
I don't know, I don't understand that reference or whatever that
Have
was.
you not seen Murder, She Wrote?
Oh, right. Is that set in Maine?
Yeah, it's set in Maine.
I'll be honest, I never paid too much attention to the details of Murder, She Wrote.
Mate, it's in
because I
Cape
didn't
Cod.
think there were any. Plus, I'm more of a diagnosis murder kind of
Yeah.
Obvious.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How would the reaction would have been if I said I'm more of a Quincy?
Oh,
Quincy cunt.
Quincy the player.
What
on his
about
boat.
DVD over here? Dick Van Dyke. So he's in Derry in Maine,
He's in
breathing
Derry.
the Derry air,
Just soaking it in.
soaking in that Derry air.
Just knocking around. Like, sewers are his thing.
Yeah?
He likes knocking around in there. And he likes munching down on some kids.
Who doesn't?
So it's all about the little town in Derry, losing the kids. Turns out it's having a little buffet.
At what point is he lovely? Because right now
Is he
you
a he?
described a clown that doesn't sound as lovely. I mean, I'm not an expert on clowns, but I thought they were.
I mean,
nice.
it gives them gifts and that.
Oh, that's nice.
So,
It's a gift,
Is
a ripped off arm.
Or a balloon,
Oh, that's nice. Filled with blood.
potentially. Fingers.
You never know. Oh, that doesn't seem like a balloon that would float.
Not all balloons have to float.
I thought everything floated. He's fucking obsessed with floating, this guy. So we pretty much find out that he's a bit of a piece of shit from, like, the get-go.
Yeah,
don't we?
like straight off, you know that is just no one to mess with.
There's no mystery to it.
No.
It's not like a mystery element. It's just, this guy's a piece of shit.
He is the biggest piece of shit you'll ever meet in your life.
He picks on that little
Why?
ginger
What
kid.
is it
doesn't
that gives you that impression straight off the bat?
He eats kids.
he? Yeah, he eats
That is
little
his jam.
ginger.
It's his jam.
Well-
I'm gonna eat some kids.
Well, do you
Literally
see
jam.
that straight off the bat?
Yeah.
What do you actually see?
You see a little ginger kid getting kidnapped. I mean,
That's
then
not
the
eating.
scream, then the screaming and stuff, and then the policeman is like, "Oh no, she's been brutally murdered."
Yeah, it's a bit of a giveaway.
Oh, I do remember that. Isn't there a teddy or something? Or?
There's like a little rag doll.
Yeah.
Little
So
rag doll.
it does open with quite a pointless scene because he's hiding. It's quite sinister though, that bit. I must
It
admit
is.
that bit when I was a kid creeped me out. and now as an adult was quite creepy, where he's spinning, he's like and like smiles, and then next thing he's like just pulling a bit of an evil face, and you're like, oh fuck, this guy means business.
That kid did look like she was smelling a fart though.
Yeah, she did.
It wasn't a look of like terror. It was like she'd just smell her own fart.
But he kills that kid, and then we cut to the introduction of Bill and Georgie, where, spoiler alert, and there will be some spoilers throughout, Georgie gets killed. So there's really no point in that first scene. We're establishing that he's a child killer, and then we get a scene where he's a child killer.
Well, that's the bit where like Mike's there and he's like, talking to like the police officer, and the police officer's like, oh, you're the library guy, I'm the cop. And then that's when Mike goes and phones everyone.
Yeah, all right, okay then. So we're setting up the future world. So one of the things that if you've not seen it before, it covers the life of the 7 Losers Club when they were little kids, and then as they're adults as well, doesn't it?
So, but does it feel, though, like you say, it's probably redundant just because of the order? Maybe you'd have the intro scene where, with the rain and the boat first, title sequence, a little bit of setup of some of the kids, and then you'd have that scene, so you know this is at least the second incident, but then he comes in and goes, it's happening, and because they talk about in that first scene the fact that it's happened before, but we haven't seen it, but then we see one afterwards, where it feels like it'd be better if it's the second one we see, and But you do if Mike finds a picture of Georgia and Georgia? Sex change? Georgie, and it's just like, oh no, it's happening again, as if this is here, blah blah blah.
Yeah, true, but I mean, it could have just started with him looking in a newspaper or something and being like, oh, child murder, Georgie. Yeah, I guess, yeah, to set up the Mike character, I guess, but did we need that? Right at the start, did we need to know that Mike was a false narrator?
But when
it's Morgan Freeman,
and if this is like a TV, movie, series, whatever the hell it was, it's clearly not written with the same thing in mind where you start really strong.
Yeah, it's not like Kubrick made it or anything. Like
it feels a bit like the opening of Suicide Squad, where you get a bit of repeat of information.
Oh, fuck Suicide Squad! I'm not going to talk about that piece of shit.
No.
But that does the same thing where it repeats information that you've already got. Like it does the intros of all like characters a couple of times over, and it feels like that's what this did.
So talking of the characters, then we are introduced straight away to Bill with his amazing stutter and little Georgie. I feel sorry for Georgie. Georgie gets fucked over.
Bill knew about that.
What, you reckon Bill was in on it?
Oh, totally. It's like, oh, be safe out there. Be safe. It's just like, it's not even raining right now. Also, who allows kids to play with paraffin?
Yeah.
Paraffin next to an open flame.
Yeah.
Hey, this was 50s? Is it 50s for time?
Yeah, where kids are flameproof.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the day.
There's no health and safety. You just have it in your dad's garage, you know.
Yeah, no, whatever. Like, I think they were bad parents. But then again, that's a bit of a theme throughout, isn't it? Bad parents, maybe.
Yeah.
That is it. They
When
let
I
him play
was
with
growing
paraffin.
up, in my friend's garage, he was.
That's where you grew up.
That's a different
True,
story
Hobo.
for a different type of podcast. But he was able to find like these essentially like it's like a ring of bullets or something, I don't know, and had a hammer and like smacked it.
Oh no! Are you on about them little red things?
No,
Yeah, like
no.
cats.
I know what cats are.
Who has a ring of bullets just
Yeah,
knocking around?
It was like this, and I don't know because
Was your friend's dad
but
Arnie?
it was this thing where like he literally smacked it, and for a while everyone had like ringing in their ears and couldn't hear fucking anything.
This sounds dodgy.
Yeah, it's
Where were
dodgy
you
as hell.
living? Anyway,
The police will come.
Back to little.
What I'm saying is it's entirely plausible that someone can just leave shit in their garage and it's...
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
So Bill lets his little brother go out because obviously Bill's so ill that he can't take his little kid out to just stand in the street.
That was fake ill.
Yeah, fake ill, talking about cooties. So Bill, yeah, he has a tough time, Bill. Leader of the Losers Club. He is the leader, isn't he?
Yeah.
He just has it, like, terrible from the get-go. Like, his parents are pretty much anonymous. He gets done, doesn't he, for going in to Georgie's room.
Oh.
Remember when he finds that
The sweet
photo album?
sweet photo album.
Yeah, it was a sweet photo album with all the jam on it. And then he loses his brother, who gets torn apart by a clown.
Well,
and then later, Audra, whatever, we won't get into the second part too much, but Audra, stupid name, she just gets fucked over as well. He has it bad, Bill.
It does.
We don't know that his little brother gets torn apart. I mean, obviously it's kind of implied, but
He
if you
eats
think
his arm
about...
off.
No, but you don't actually see
The
it.
arm goes in, the teeth come out.
The teeth come out.
What happens is...
It's
he
not just
goes
gonna, like,
to
lick
lean
his
in,
finger.
And then there's just a shot of Tim Curry baring his teeth going, and going forward to the camera until he's out of focus, and then that's it.
So in Cash's world, he would like every film to go on for like 7 years, and you to see absolutely everything that happens to it. No like insinuation. No, like you see one thing and you put it together.
That version of insinuation was terrible because it was slow going towards the camera as well. So it wasn't like it was.
Yeah, but he was probably looking into his deadlights or whatever.
He needs to like lube up his throat so he can eat through the arm.
That just made it creepier. But that's you adding. I just thought it was a terrible. It wasn't. It was really slow. It was like if you saw someone go, oh, the kid had at least enough time to fight, and we didn't see the kid fight or anything. It was literally the kid reached in, and then he had this really slow.
Yeah, but you're forgetting about the deadlights. He was probably looking into his deadlights and all like transfixed and stuff like that. So.
Or mesmerised by Tim Curry's weird Jersey accent and like he'd smoked 70 fags a day.
Yeah. That's a good voice. Anyone want to give it a go?
From Jersey.
No.
Alright, South Africa.
Yeah. Oh, damn it. So Bill comes in, has a tough time, loses his brother, may or may not have had his arm ripped off. I think we're quite established that he did. So he's having a bad time with that. He goes to school. Obviously, the kids pick on him as well. And he makes friends at school and outside of school that are known as the Losers Club. So who's part of the Losers Club?
So we've got little Eddie.
Got little Eddie Spaghetti.
Little Eddie Spaghetti. Little Wheezy.
Yeah, yeah. We know he's weak because he's got an inhaler and he's small.
He is tiny, but he's got balls.
He has got balls, yeah.
Did we see them?
It's not that kind of film.
No. So we've got Eddie Spaghetti, Richie Tozier.
Tozier?
Yeah, little Seth Green. I'd quite like to have seen Seth Green come back into the new film as an adult.
It'd be
that
good.
would be amazing. I completely
shit.
forgot it was Seth Green until we watched it. I was like, oh.
So we've got Richie, Stan, the Jewish kid,
The Jewish scout.
the Jewish coward. Did anyone else think that was
Oh, he had so much like FOMO going on.
weird? Yeah, he did.
FOMO?
Fear of missing out.
Oh, okay.
He was just like, I don't even want to do this. You can tell in my face I don't want to do this, but something right good might happen.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to go.
That's a good. I didn't think about that. That's really good. Yeah.
And it's like when they're all making like the little pact and stuff, and he's just like, nah, oh I don't know, and then everyone else goes, he's like, well, if everyone else is going,
I'm in. So Bill, Eddie, Richie, Stan, Beverly Marsh, Ben Hanscom, Hanscom, and who else have we got missing? Mike, obviously, because Mike comes in at a later point.
Mike, the Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, the Morgan Freeman of the role. He's a bit of an afterthought. Do anyone else feel like Mike? Yeah.
His character wasn't really properly put into this film, TV nonsense, whatever it was.
Yeah, it felt a bit awkward.
It was like they were kind of ticking a box.
yeah, it's horrible to talk about, but yeah, it felt like Stephen King's 100 pages into his massive novel.
I've not read the book, but a lot of people speak about the book, and I feel there's a lot more of his character in the book. Right. But because the thing that I know about is they use the N-word a lot in the book. And there's a lot of focus on that.
Nonsense.
Yeah, they use the nonce word a lot.
Right, okay.
About
then.
that character.
Oh, no, not about that character, that's not what I meant. But yeah, he felt a bit of an afterthought, which is a shame. So we had the Losers Club, love making dams, as you do.
Mad into it.
Loved getting together, making a dam. And then we had the Bullies as well, didn't we? We had Henry Bowers.
I don't know what his surname is.
And then
Belch.
Belch, yeah, and then third bully. I always love a character whose name is what they do. Like Belch, like he burps. There you go. That's him. That's his character. All of it. So we've got the Losers Club, and then they're getting terrorised by it. So what is it?
The main. Well, it's kind of... Well, what does he call himself? He's like the eater of worlds, or
Yeah,
the
rattles on a bit.
eater
doesn't
of kids and stuff. It's just a piece of shit.
Should we talk about the portrayal of him in this film, though?
What,
He's
Tim
like-
Curry's performance? Yeah, he's good.
I mean-
First half of the film, he's good.
Yeah. I kind of like it when it gets a little bit crazy, though. Like when they're an adult and it's like some pissed guy in the street that you just don't want to be sat next to. Like you're there eating like your Big Mac on like some bench at like 4
With
in the morning
Mac and me.
with Mac and me,
That's
watching
adult fears,
ET getting
isn't
fingered.
When you grow up, you just don't want to be sat next to that annoying guy.
Yeah.
Like, ugh.
And is there like riding that banister in the library, and you're like, mate, if you were doing that in real life, you'd be sectioned.
You were quite fun though in the second half of it. I felt like there was a distinct line between it in the first half to the second, but almost as if they'd come back later. I'm like, we'll film this. Sorry, I've got hiccups. They filmed it like 6 months after because it just felt a bit like not the same performance.
So in the first one, he was. I mean, it probably appropriate. He was playing more to the kids, where he was kind of being like friendly, but also touches of sinister and creepy. Like
Touches kids.
I mean, he did definitely put his hands all over his kids
All
and his
over.
mouth.
In and around.
Yeah, I mean, they get the full deal.
It's his jam. It's his jam.
It is his jam.
But it's like in like the first half, it was definitely sort of more focused on how creepy he is, like what kind of fears do these people have, like these kids have, and it was a lot focused on that. And then as you got through the film, it just turned into just Tim Curry just having a laugh and just being a bit weird.
Yeah.
So what are the fears that he played to with these the seven of them?
The 7 kids.
Yeah.
What's
So
the-
I really liked Ben's dad. Like his dad died, didn't he? And he went to the
swampy
viaduct
bit.
or whatever it was. I don't know what it's called. Yeah, and his dad was there and was like, "Hello, Ben," and he had like bobbles on.
Just like knocking around in the swamp. It's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, don't worry about it. You've already been talking about how your dad got gunned down in like Korea or something.
But no, he's not gone down. He's in a swamp with bobbles on, floating on water.
Just holding a balloon.
Yeah, obviously. They really needed to cut out some of the shots of Ben looking shocked. Like, he's like just his big round head. I felt like half of the 3-hour film was just him looking gormless, being like,
It's because he was thinking about cake.
He was thinking about cake.
This was a very slow, like, I don't think it needed to be as long as it was. It was very...
No, fuck
the
me.
pace of it. And
Yeah.
maybe this is just a lot of older... I feel when people say, oh, it's an older film, it's maybe just older, bad things that are put together.
But then if it was a mini-series, if they needed to fill, like, 6 half-an hours or something.
It's still bad, isn't it?
Yeah,
If
it was
you're
too
filling
long.
time, that's not how you
Far
make
too long.
Yeah.
I had to turn the DVD over.
Oh, no way. Oh, I downloaded it from a reputable source, obviously. And it just finished at the halfway point and just didn't give me the second half. And I was like, what the fuck? So I had to wait until like 2 days later and then download it again and then skip the first half just to get the second part. And then I kind of wish I hadn't. Like the second half, not to go into too much detail, but is pretty bad. The first half, I really enjoyed again. Looking back, the kids' stories, Beverly in the bathroom with the balloon of blood that her dad can't see.
And I like that, literally, like, I cleaned all this up, and then it happened again.
Yeah.
I feel wish they could have gone further on that. Like, I think I'm going, like, she's going insane. Like, I think the only problem with this is that it spent time filling time when they could have delved more into the characters. It's a problem a lot of like films or TV series have, where it's weird how they have all this time but they don't do anything
with it
that's substantial with it. When you've got like these, you could have like really fucked up kids from the end of it, which feeds into the second half better with that, how it influences them each individually. But
do you not think it's a bit weird though that like most things happened in bathrooms where people are the most vulnerable?
Yeah,
you've got your pants around your ankles.
Yeah, Eddie in the showers, he came out of the little plug hole, didn't he? And he was like in the nip, and then other things.
Other things
Other
happened.
times in the bathroom.
Like there was like Beverly, she was
in the bathroom.
In the
then
bathroom.
another time was a wolf man in a library, I want to say.
No, he was
No,
in
when,
like the
like,
basement of the school, wasn't he?
Oh,
Where
that's it, yeah,
Beverly's
basement of the
dad
school,
was, because he was the janitor.
it was getting a bit Freddy Krueger-y.
Because he just smushed the mashed potatoes into his glasses, which was real horrible thing to do.
So mean.
He'd have had to probably cleaned his glasses.
Not just with his t-shirt though, with a
No,
wet
with a
wipe.
wet. Yeah. And I reckon Ben will have been looking over at those mashed potatoes thinking, what a waste.
I'm just gonna lick them, lick it off.
So yeah, we've got Ben with his dad, we've got Beverly with the balloon and her creepy dad.
Oh, Nancy dad.
Mike didn't really have much, did he?
Mike.
As a
kid? What was Mike's?
No, I don't know about Mike. Bill, Georgie kept popping up everywhere, didn't he? Photos of Georgie blood on the album.
Even though we're filling time, there's still individual characters where we didn't flesh out at all.
Yeah. Eddie Spaghetti, what was his? Yeah, he came into him in the shower and then...
Yeah, and then when he got older, it was like the germ stuff.
What, when he turned into a lesbian?
Yeah, when he turned into a lesbian.
Yeah, and it was like the old man with the asthma.
Creepy hand.
Well, that pretty much brings us up to the halfway point for it. We'll come back in the second half. We'll talk about the second half of the film when they get older, some of the things we liked and some of the things we didn't like. See you in a bit. Are you looking for a puncher repair kit for no apparent reason? Maybe you want a child's bike and you're an adult? Then come on down to Mike's Bikes. Mike's Bikes, located in the poor part of town.